Hey Nat, it's Ashley. I'm going to walk you through the ISITE campaign deployment. So when you first get logged in, you're going to go over here to admin menu. And then to import contact. And I'm going to walk you through the garage match. I've already built the purchase predictor. So you can see down here, purchase predictor, it should be right here. So I'm going to walk you through how to do the garage match. So here under import contacts, you're going to choose the file that you want to upload. You're going to notice when I send you the files that under the Chevy files, I actually did it by date that it was supposed to be deployed. On the other ones, I changed that and ended up doing it by numbers. One, because it kept getting pushed back, so I had to keep changing this. Also, I talked to Joe, and just in case if he wants us to put a hold on this in the middle of it and postpone some of them, I didn't want it to become as confusing. So you may want to just take a look at that when I send these over to you. But when you go in here to Subaru or to Chrysler, you'll notice that they're numbered 1 through however many there are, but these ones I did by date. So I wasn't sure which one would be easier for you, so I'm going to send them over to you like this. Feel free to change them. But in any case, I'm going to go in here to the garage matches. I'm going to pull up the first one, which is actually labeled March 14th, because that's when I originally thought we were going to send this out. We're going to go here to the import step 1 and select new or create new profile. On this one, we're going to create a new one. So this is basically how you're going to build the entity if we were creating entities, and also the sales event. It's going to have all of the data that is going to be like the drop downs of those. So up here, it's an individual, not a company. We're going to attach notes. We're not going to do that on this one, but you can do that in the future. Under entity source for individual and company, I'm going to leave these. It doesn't really matter because I'm going to put not to override the existing. And that's really important that we don't override that, because that's where we put in all of the purchase predictor information. So you can see, like if I pull this up, all of that purchase predictor information is down here. So we don't want to override that or we'll lose that data. I am going to enroll it in a campaign, and I saved the campaign under ZMOT ISITE purchase predictor and ZMOT ISITE garage match. And here's the garage match one here. We are going to create a sales event. This is asking you who you want to assign it to. I'm going to choose this one, which is assign invalid or missing sales rep to, and I'm going to do a round robin to the sales power team. So under BDC assign, we're not going to assign anybody, so I'm going to leave this under ignore. On future ones, you can do it to all one person, or if it's an invalid or missing sales rep, then you can do it to a BDC, so there are some other options. Under the sales event description, I'm going to put in here ZMOT ISITE garage match. And then under sales source, I have them create a special sourcing for us under ISITE so that they can have easy reporting and tracking. The sales status, we always want to put that at unqualified. That way we can track the progress through the sales steps. And then under sales tracking, I actually created a sales tracking code for this as well, called ZMOT ISITE garage match. We are not going to attach a vehicle quote to this. And if you ever want to see what it's going to look like, you can, I'm sorry, that's on the next page. So once you have this all set up, you're going to hit this arrow to go forward. And if you're saving the file as a CSV file, you won't ever need to change any of this stuff. So I recommend just always save it as a CSV. Make sure it's really important that those headers don't have any spaces or special characters. Also, when you're uploading a file, it can't have any spaces or special characters. So I'm pretty sure I saved everything the way that it needs to be saved, but just in case if you get an error message when you start going through this, just check those two things or give me a call. You can click on this eye here to see exactly what it looks like. So if you want to just double check, make sure that everything looks good, you can see that the columns here don't have any spaces. So we know that that is going to upload correctly. I'm going to click here on the next button. And you can see most of these will probably pre-populate because I've basically used the same name that they use here to identify it. But you always just want to take a quick look and make sure that everything that you want to upload is pulled in. So for instance, if it said do not import, I can choose any of these to import into that drop down. So it does look like the home phone number didn't come over, so we're going to make sure that that lines up. Work phone number needs to line up, as well as mobile. So the year, make, and model, I actually don't want those in the vehicle information. I'm going to put those into the notes because it's not necessarily the vehicle that they're looking for, it's the vehicle that they matched to. So I'm going to take these out and not import those into that field, but instead I'm going to put them down here under work notes. Now, one of the things that's really important is the salesperson. We need to match that up to either assigned to or sales rep, whatever the title is on the file. All of the Garage Match files say sales rep, but the purchase predictors say assigned to. Then down here under the work notes, that's where I'm going to put the year, the make, and the model. And I can also put in here a description. So I'm going to put Garage Match, year, make, and model. So that way when it uploads, this is actually going to come first and it's going to say Garage Match year 2012, make, Honda, model, Accord, right? So it's going to read that way into the notes of the sales event. If we want to look and just check to make sure that we did everything right, we're going to click here on the preview. So you can see what it's going to look like. First name, last name, address, email addresses, the phone numbers. Work note is going to say Garage Match, year, and it's going to have the year, make, right? So we can see exactly what it's going to look like. So that all looks good. I'm going to go to the next one. And it's going to just give me another chance to just take a look at the file. So I think everything looks good. We already kind of checked this out. I'm going to click next. So this is just where you get to confirm basically that first step. It's going to ask us again if this is what we want to do, which it is. So I'm going to go ahead and press next. And I'm going to set up a profile name on this one since it's the first time that I'm doing a garage match. So I'm going to put garage match, create new profile. And when I click that, it's actually going to upload. So you can see the steps are completing. And when they're done, we'll go in and just check and make sure that it all uploaded correctly. Okay, so it says it's completed. I'm going to go here to the sales dashboard, and we should see a number of files under the other category since we uploaded them as ISITE. Okay, so right here, so I'm going to just choose ISITE only and see if everything is uploaded correctly. Okay, so I'm not sure why it's not showing here on the sales tracking report, but I did look up one of the clients off of the list, and I do see it here that it did create an ISITE assigned to Mike Melindy. If we click in here under the deal, then we can see all of the details exactly as we wanted them uploaded. And it looks good. We have the notes here. It looks like it's in the right tracking code. Everything looks good to me on this client. I'm not sure why it's not showing up in the sales tracking report, but it may have something to do with the fact that we created a new source, or it's just not updated. I'm not sure what's going on there, but it does look like it deployed successfully. So I'm not too concerned about it. I'm going to go in here to the marketing tab and just see if it's been enrolled in the campaign, which it looks like it has been. So we should be good to go. This guy will get his email tomorrow morning, and his phone calls will all be scheduled for the next day. So now I'm going to walk you through the purchase predictor, and this is going to be very similar to how you're going to be doing it because I've already created the profile for each one. So you won't have to go through all of those steps creating that profile every single time. It's already saved in there. So the same thing, we're going to go here to admin menu. Go to import contact. I'm going to choose my file. So this time I'm going to choose the purchase predictor instead of the garage match. I'm going to choose the purchase predictor profile, which I've already created. Click on import step 1. Still going to double check everything just to make sure that I didn't make any mistakes, but we're looking here, individual, No note to entity. Do not override on the existing profiles. That's really important on this one. We don't have a company source, so I think that's why that was not chosen, but I'm going to just click it on no just in case. It is going to enroll in this campaign. We are going to create a sales event. Here under primary assigned, we're putting all the invalid ones to round robin to the sales power team. We're not going to assign a BDC member. The description's already in here and all of the tracking codes are in here. So everything looks good on that page. I'm going to go over to the next one. These next things you can really just kind of click through. You don't have to look through all of that stuff each time now that we've already set up the profile and we know that it works. It's pretty straightforward. This one I just like to take a look, make sure that everything is matched up correctly, because this is really based on the file, not on the profile. So the profile is going to always stay the same, but this may change if there's changes in the file. So the first name looks correct. The address didn't match up, so I'm going to click on that one. City, state, postcode is good, email address, all the phone numbers look good. And the salesperson, this is the most important. This is very, very important, the salesperson. And then on this one, I'm actually, instead of doing the vehicle, because there is no garage match, I'm putting the purchase predictor here in the work notes. And I'm just going to make sure that this says purchase predictor so that they know exactly what that is. And I'm going to click here next. And it's going to give me just a quick look, so I can always take a look at this, make sure that everything is lined up correctly, which it looks like it is. Click next again. One more time. And it's already telling me I have the profile name purchase predictor. If I had made any changes to that, then I could save it over again. But I'm just going to update profile. And it's going to process through, and they will be enrolled just like the last one. So that's really how you're going to be doing it, because I've already created all of the profiles under all 3 stores. So you just want to make sure when you're choosing those files here, I'm going to send these over to you tonight, that if it says GM, that's a garage match. If it says PP, that's a purchase predictor. And I put the store here. It's very important that these do go in order. My suggestion would be that you get rid of them as we upload them. So since I just uploaded these ones, I'm going to move them over to the trash so that they don't get redeployed or get mixed in with anything else. So I would recommend that you do the same. If you want to change these, you can always change the names on them to 1 through whatever the number is, instead of I think there's about 50 of them when it comes to Chevy. The other stores don't have quite as many. So you can change them if you want. I'm going to send you over the schedule. And if you need anything, give me a call. Thanks, Nat.